I'm meteorologist Monica Woods, wrapping up a very active week for us here for the first couple of days of fall, heading into northern and central California this weekend. More active weather to track. Dry and mild for the coast, at least through the first weekend of fall. North winds develop for the valley, and that is going to elevate that fire danger slightly. Feeling fall through the foothills. We've got Apple Hill alive and well. All things kind of with pumpkins and apples and everything that you can have your taste for fall there in the foothills. For the Sierra, we've got the afternoon thunderstorms still a part of the forecast. It's not going to be terribly widespread, so we'll really see some focus areas over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of more active weather in the Sierra. All right, first let's talk about that fire potential. And as you can see, it's really a stretch right through the valley, more so towards the north end of the valley, roughly from about Redding to Chico, that we're going to see a brief period of north winds develop. They are dry, warming winds, gusting at times to about 30 miles per hour. So we'll have red flag warning conditions there in parts of the valley. If you're headed to the foothills and even higher up into the Sierra, this is what it looks like right now. So we are seeing some peaks of fall color out there. This is Sage Hen Summit. That's along 395. Just beautiful there throughout the central Sierra. In terms of our average peak fall color, you can see we're just kind of on the beginning and leading edge of some of that fall color. It will migrate its way about 500 to 1,000 feet week by week as we head into the valley. It's not until late October that we start to see some of that peak fall color. So we have a ways to go there. As far as our severe weather, again, central Sierra will be under the focus area for our Friday. That does expand its way northward into our Saturday and a bit on Sunday as well. But if you're headed to Apple Hill, we're looking at dry conditions, 85 on Saturday with sunny skies, 73 on Sunday with a mix of sun and clouds. And that's just kind of an indicator with those cooler temperatures. We've got bigger changes in store. Low pressure system will begin to move its way off to the east. It's kind of stuck, though, in the Great Basin, and that will bring us the opportunity of thunderstorms continuing into our Saturday and then again Sunday forecast as that kind of rolls around and moves through the Great Basin and then finally off to the east. That then will give way to this particular weather system that will be brewing in the Pacific and giving us our first big chance of rain in northern and central California. Some of us are looking at over 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch of rain. Some parts of the northern end of the valley, over an inch of rain expected over about a 48-hour to almost a 72-hour period. So a lot to watch heading into next week. In the meantime, as we're heading into our Friday forecast, highs are going to be in the 70s for the Sierra with 80s and 90s down the hill. Keep in mind with those north winds, that does tend to elevate those temperatures ever so slightly. The biggest risk of fires, though, will continue to be in the north end of the valley. Heading into the central Sierra, again, we're looking at the potential for those thunderstorms popping up. Highs are going to be in the 70s, 80s and 90s as we head into the valley forecast. Along the central coast, our highs are in the 60s and 70s with 90s inland. A little bit north of that, highs are going to be in the 60s along the coast to right around 75 degrees. Inland areas warmer in the 90s. Along the northwest coast, we're going to see those highs in the 60s. Inland areas approaching 100 once again, and that's where we're going to see that higher fire danger. The capital region, highs are in the 90s for our Friday forecast. We're getting a little close to 100 here for Colusa, 98 for our Friday. And then we'll look at overnight lows dropping into the 50s to right around 60. So a real pretty start to our Saturday forecast. Moving on to our extended outlook. Again, we're dry for the valley straight through the first weekend of fall. But you see the cooler conditions starting to arrive on Sunday. Even bigger cooling next week with the opportunity of rain. And we're talking measurable rain for early next week. Drier by the end of the week. But again, kind of fun to watch. The first big fall event of the year.